Hi, brothers and sisters. I am Saravana Moorthy, History Faculty of Shankar IAS Academy. Now, we are going to discuss, particularly I am going to discuss about taking an optional subject. UPSC is providing nearly 22 optional subjects. All have its own advantage and disadvantages. Regarding history, one of the most popular optional subjects taken in North India. Now it is become very popular in South India also, particularly in our academy. In case of history, no need to discuss any new points because history is as old as the evolution of the human being. It is a life history of yours, it is a life history of mine, it is a life history of theirs. So, the only difference in the practical and theoretical is practical we are facing in real life, theoretical we are studying in the book. The same thing we are going to do it if you take history as an optional subject. Right. Regarding the history as an optional subject, it consists of two papers. Paper 1, it does cover ancient and medieval portion. Paper 2, modern India and world history, particularly only modern world history. No need to study it ancient and medieval history, because many people are eager to take as history as an optional subject, but while preparing by themselves, they are misguided. Sometimes without any guidance, themselves started to prepare. For example, while studying the world history, many people are studying Greek and Roman civilization length and breadth. No need to study. If you come to the medieval, no need to study about the Ottoman Turks. The only thing is modern world history. That's why it's actually not the world history, rather than it's just the modern world history that constitutes one of the section of paper 2. No doubt, if you take the syllabus of the history in UPSC website or from any textbook, it would run for 6 page or 7 page when compared to other optional subjects. Yes, absolutely. Why they have given such a vast syllabus is, since history is the vast, it would cover all other subjects. That's why it is popularly called as the father of all subjects, because no subject would start without history. Even it is a mathematics, it has a historical perspective. Even it is a political science, it's a historical perspective. Who started that? Even if it is a medical science, who started? That's why all the subjects start with the history. That's the reason what to study and what not to study. It is clearly mentioned in the UPSC website under the history as an optional subject. That's the reason it would run for 6 and 7 pages. There is no hidden topics in the case of history. For example, if it is the Mauryas, you can buy a separate book for Mauryas which would run for 200 papers or 500 pages. But it is immaterial. In the case of Mauryas, what they have been provided in that syllabus, that is more than enough. And if you come to the modern India, plenty of books are available. For example, for M.K. Gandhi alone, we have hundreds of books. If we wanted to study about M.K. Gandhi, that itself we can pursue for 3 years or 4 years. But that is immaterial. Just the thing is, what has been asked by the UPSC previously and what is the syllabus regarding Gandhi in UPSC history as an option. That is the reason they have correct manner given. These are all the topics alone you must study. That's why there is no hidden topic in the case of history. That's why they go for approximately 6 to 7 pages. Because many students approach me that, sir, when I see the history as an optional subject, that to the portion, it would go for 6 and 7 pages when compared to other. Yes, I accept that one. What's the thing? I answer is what I previously said. That is the answer to all of my brothers and sisters. And another thing, many consider it history is exclusively for the arts, or history is exclusively for those who can write in a story like person. No, it is up to your own interests. Whoever it is can take history as an optional. Because as I said in the initial of this discussion, history is not new to us. All should have studied history up to 10th standard. Only thing is, from 11th standard onwards, you are going to discuss, or you are going to take a particular subject. It may be a maths, it may be a science, even history as an optional, history as a separate subject is available in school level as well as in college level. That's why all should have studied history up to 10th standard. Only thing is, we are refreshing that portion, but up to 10th standard what you have studied is without understanding it properly, but now what we are going to study is with proper manner. That UPSC will definitely redefine you in the case of history. And next, let me come to what are the advantage and disadvantage of taking history as an optional. Is that disadvantage in this case is, it seems to be that it's a vast. That's the first. And another thing, if you can able to read, yes sir, I am ready to study 1 or 2 books, I have the reading comprehension, even though I don't know the exact grammar, even though I don't know the exact vocabulary or the complicated words, that's good. If you are able to sit and read for 1 or 2 more books, excellent. History, it's your optional. That's why one disadvantage is syllabus, it seems to be vast, and another thing is you have to study 1 or 2 books additional. Why you have to study 1 or 2 books additionally means, since I said earlier, history is the base for all other the humanitarian subjects. All would start from history. Once if you studied history with 1 or 2 additional books, whatever the subject, whether it's a political science, whether it's a sociology, whether whatever the art subject, you can have the strong fundamental ideas. It's very easy to develop and study such a subject, very easy. These two, one is syllabus and another thing is 1 or 2 books seems to be disadvantage, but only thing you are going to study. In the case of advantage, thing is, it is the base for all the subjects. And another thing, the weightage would be there not only in the GS. If you go to the GS2 or GS3, except the ethics, even in the case of ethics, you can see the historical philosophers of the Buddha or Mahavira, sometimes it's Abraham Lincoln. You would have the strong historical background of such a people. You can develop your own writing, even in the case of paper 4 also. So apart from that, regarding the case of history, it's no need to discuss, no need to elaborate about things, because history is part and parcel of our life. So if you take history, before that, just do one thing, go through the previous year question papers. My strong advice is, always go through the previous year question paper at first. Second thing, whether you can able to understand such a question and can write up at least 30%. No need to write, you no need to know that 100%, because no one know about that. Even if you know 30% or 40%, then you can strongly take history as an optional subject. And another thing is, in the case of history, ancient, medieval, modern India and world history, there is nothing new except 1 or few chapters. That alone we are going to discuss here. Apart from that, whatever you have studied in the early classes, that is up to the 10th standard, that alone we will discuss, but with broad approach. That's why, before taking history optional as a subject, please go through these things, and after that, if you have interest, whatever it is, no need to worry about the previous year results, no need to worry about that others optionals. You can choose history as an optional. So at last, my brothers and sisters, take history and make history. All the best. Thank you.